It's good to be here with family of believers. A couple quick, just one quick note. Next weekend, wonderful things happening. I'm taking about 50 people here to the Kalahari. We're having a state gathering. I happen to be the chair. That means I'm a very important leader. But no, thank you. But if you have to tell people you're really important, you're probably not that important. That's right. So, hey, the 9th, here's a good opportunity. I am working with a team that's going to the Milwaukee Rescue Mission on November 9th. They've invited 20 people. It can be families. And if we have a few extras, that's okay. But if you're interested as a family to go to the Milwaukee Mission on November 9th, Amy, November 9th, from 8 to noon, and then we're going to go out for lunch afterwards. How many people will just think and pray about it? Come on. Good. I'll be around later to do that as well. Well, let's jump in. Hey, how many people have ever lost your child before? How many people? I'm going to raise both my hands because I rose. Good. How many lost them at a mall or a store? Yeah, I did too, about 8 minutes. How many people lost them in a neighborhood? How many? I'm not going to ask how many people would like to lose their children. They feel the same way about you. Good. Okay, this is where the kids. Otto, how many people, moms, if you get lost, do you ask for directions? Okay, good. Gentlemen, no shame here. If you get lost, do you stop and say, I am going to ask for directions? I do. How many people do not ask for directions? Yes. Those are the lost people around here that are driving aimlessly. You too? GPS. How many people's GPS do not work? Mine. It doesn't work. Here's the thing. Getting lost, wandering around. How would you like to wander around for 40 years? Pretty incredible. Just aimlessly walk around. Actually, I was going to have the kids just walk around this wall and then have you guys try to find them. That would be bad. That would be bad. No, I lost David one time at Target. And well, it was like 9 minutes. I was thinking, okay, he's around here somewhere. Renee was not too pleased with me because it was my fault. And I found him, you know where he found him? In the girls' bathroom. It took me 4 months to teach him to go to the women's bathroom. No, that was, it's funny, but it's also quite serious. Hey, wandering. How many people ever walk into a room and then realize, why did I come into this room? I do more than I try to admit. That would be good. Isn't it good that we have a fantastic God? Yes. Isn't it good that we have a God that knows where we have been, where we are, and where we're going? Yes. So we have a fantastic God. Pastor Guy is going to come up here and teach us a song for the kids. But I want you to look at your kids right now. Actually, if you have kids here, just tell them, I love you to death. Kids, it's okay to go back to your parents and say, I love you too. My wife's gone this weekend, but I have, she texted me that she likes me too. Spouses, if you want to turn to your spouse and say you kind of like each other too, that would be kind of good. I love you. That's it. Hey, good. Wandering. Isn't it good that we have a God that takes care of us? Here it is. Yes. Hey, children, right here, over here, ready? One hand up. Who's the kids ready? Second hand up. Okay, parents, one hand up. Second hand up. Put them together. Let's bow our heads and hearts in prayer. Father, thank you for knowing where we have come, where we are, and where we're going. We are not wandering because you know exactly what we're going through, and you know the future. Father, more and more, remind us of the love that you have for us, and more, remind us that you want what's best for us, and your will is what's best for us. I lift up Pastor Guy and his teaching and sharing.
right, stand up. Kids, I need your help. Some of you know this song, some of you sang this song. We're going to teach your parents. If you're over the age of you know what, then you just go as best you can, okay? And you can learn it. You can learn it too. It goes like this. And I'll go super slow the first time through. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood of the blood of the love of Jesus. Got it? Okay, we'll go slower. You know what's amazing is watch how fast your kids pick this up. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood of the blood of the love of Jesus. I said amazing grace. How sweet the sound. You should be able to get that last part. Let's go again. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood of the blood of the love of Jesus. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood of the blood of the love of Jesus. I said amazing grace. How sweet the sound. Adults, just go with this. We're going to go faster. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow and the flood and the blood and the love of Jesus. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood and the blood and the love of Jesus. I said amazing grace. How sweet the sound. I see something common amongst adults. Hand gestures, but no singing. Let's go a little faster, kids. You think you can keep up? Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow and the flood and the blood and the love of Jesus. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow and the flood and the blood and the love of Jesus. I said amazing grace. How sweet the sound. Daryl's, you're my favorite so far. Supersonic speed, and then we'll go up to story time. That's right. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the flood and the blood and the love of Jesus. Nice beatboxing. There you go. Put your hand in the hand of the man in the land of the ark that floats in the flow of the blood and the love of Jesus. I said amazing grace. Sweet the sound. Kids, you head off to story time with this drill. Adults, you be seated, hands are out, can you come forward and hand out your worksheets to everyone in the room? Raise your hand if you're done with introductions. Raise them high so I can see. Very nice. All right, for us then, here's what I want you to do. We're going to follow the same kind of pattern. And in your group, I want you to answer this question around the circle with this phrase. I want blue. Whatever it is that you want in life, whatever you've ever thought about, this is a group for you to share. I want, and then you say, and then the next person goes. We'll do this for about a minute or two. Go around the circle as many times as you can. If you get to a place where you're like, I've got everything I want, I don't have anything else to share, then you can just say pass, otherwise we go. Remember? Say it with me. I want bleh. Okay. If I hear too many blehs, we'll stop and do the instructions again. Ready, go. All right. Raise your hand if you got to share at least once. That's right. So not Dan. Dan, okay, share. All right, here we move on. Come on, I'm going to invite you to share your little group. This last one is the weirdest question. I noticed that one got a little quieter. You're like, oh man, we're getting personal here. This last one is an odd one. I just want you to ask it. We'll go around, do the best you can. Repeat after me. I deserve. I deserve. Go. Alright. We're going to move on. I wanted you to all have to kind of answer this question, these questions before we watch this. You get to see kind of how people, man on the street, women on the street, answer these simple questions. Ready, Chris?
Give me a second.
Okay. Ready? What?
Want is more from everything. What I want.
What I want is to be rich.
The M supply one. The 67 Chevelle.
What I want is my senior year to be perfect.
To have peace in the world, honestly.
Peace in the world. The world peace.
World peace.
What I want is to go to the beach every day.
For my family to be happy and healthy.
What I want is love. I want the lift to be 100.
And what I need
What I need is
to desperately get stoned.
What I need is where I am and who I am.
I really don't need much.
What I need is some cash.
It's millions of dollars.
I need a new car.
What I need.
What I need is help.
What I need is a friend.
Co-friend.
What I deserve.
What I deserve.
What I deserve is a little.
What I deserve is my 15 minutes of fame. To be happy in my life.
To play soccer every day.
What I deserve is everything good.
I don't deserve anything, really.
Yeah, I thought about how we do this. Do I show this video first and then have you talk? Then they sound kind of ridiculous. I just wanted you to have an experience with those questions. So I have a question for you. You know, one of our goals here in Life Together, these conversations, is to dig into real issues that we face with one another as the church, what His call for us is. And so, one of the things that we want to for sure come out is that our story is His story. How do we answer the questions of life? And so, I want you to take these 3 questions again. And I have a suspicion as I walked around. But I want you to try to do this. And just think about it through the life of faith. What is it that you want? Is there anything wrong with that question? We're just going to do it again. What I want, what I need, what I deserve. And I want you to try to answer these questions through God's story. I saw a lot of that happening, especially in that last question, what I deserve, because you're the mature standing here amongst the people. How many of you guys said nothing? Very nice. Anyone? The people that didn't know. I heard someone in the back of the room say, I deserve hell. For us then, we're going to answer especially these first 2. I think we kind of know the third. But let's answer these first 2. What is it that I want in life? And we'll go around. If you need to pause and explain your answer, go ahead. But I want, go around. Ready, go. If you had a chance to share these ones, raise your hand. Oh man. 20 more minutes on this one. If you had a chance to share these ones, raise your hand. Or if someone else said something you agree with, raise your hand. Alright. I want to keep us moving because there is something we got to get to. Continue to have these conversations, but just, as kind of with the show of hands survey, how many of you guys said something like, I want my children to remain in faith? How many said security? I want something to do with security. How many of you said, I want to go on an elk hunt once a year? I did say that, that's true. That's the smallest stage in the world. What I want to just say is it's okay to want things in life. But in your next, I want you as a group to collaboratively, we're only going to take about 2 minutes. I want you to come up with the short list of things that you need. It's according to God's story. What is it that you need? All of us want things, and it's okay to want things. What is it that you need? All right? So in your group, come up with a short list, 1, 2, or 3 things. We'll take a survey, and I'll have you raise your hand and tell what you came up with. Ready? Go. All right, let's make a short list. What do you need? Anyone, raise your hand if you think you got something. What do you need? Raise your hand. Find someone with a hand up, Dave.
I need forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Agree? All right. What do you need? Raise your hands. Keep them up in the air so we can get there. Put your hands up. Oh, that was everybody's.
We need food.
We do need food. Give us this.
Like elk.
That's right. Elk. That's right. Write that down. Give us this day our daily. All right.
We need each other in the church.
Ooh, I like that one. We need each other. Did anyone else get that?
Over here, Julie.
Yeah, hey, they got it.
Need faith.
We need faith. Anyone else with that?
Marty said we need the means of grace, which is the church.
We need the means of grace, which is the church. Did anyone have that? Yeah. Oh, good job, Rachel. All right. Did you have one? No.
Family.
That's right. We do need family. Amen. Anything else?
We need spiritual growth.
Spiritual growth.
Over here.
We need to be still and listen.
Ooh. Here's one that I thought of. I used to explain it like this way when I did youth ministry. Sometimes I need a 2x4 across the face. Anyone? And your stubbornness, God's law comes like a 2x4 across the face. Anyone else? Not so much here.
Your
But kind of like right through.
Your spouse needs a 2x4. Just kidding,
Did you say across my face or across her face? I thought you said across her face, Alan. You do know she's like due next week. You just talked about hitting a pregnant woman with a 2x4. Anyone else?
He needs forgiveness.
Hey, Dave, you got that. You're the means of grace.
All right, Mike. What do we got?
Robin pointed out patience.
Patience. Ooh, anyone else? Well, that's a pretty good short list.
Over here.
Back here.
Faithfulness to God, and that's how we try to hold on to the faith. That's how faithfulness to God is how we help, be a part of God keeping our faith in us
Yeah.
and trusting Him.
Yeah, that whole trust thing. Anyone else? That's why it's a gift. That's why it's a gift. Encouragement, for sure. Definitely in need of encouragement. Acceptance of His will. Acceptance of His will. That's the 2x4, but that's a nicer way of saying it.
We need God. Everything else comes from Him.
Yeah. All right, we're done. That's a pretty good long list. So, but yeah, again, the same things come out again and again and again and again. We know what we need. It's okay to want. And then, of course, the answer of what we deserve. Yeah, nothing. We do deserve something specifically. Penalty of sin is death. Yeah. Man, I was at a committal yesterday, and I've been to a lot of committals, and I've never seen this, which is crazy. One of the people of our congregation lost their daughter, and as the committal was over, the committal is very short. It's not very long. They just couldn't leave, and they couldn't decide whether they wanted to stay and watch the urn be put in the ground. And the dad finally just walked over and put his hands on the urn, and he just cried out in pain. I'll miss you. And no one does that around here. I've been to a lot of committals, and no one ever did that. But right there on display is the true agony and pain of death. And the people at even the funeral director and the guys that do the whole, they had no idea what to do. In fact, they were like complaining about it, like, "Ooh, that guy didn't handle it very well." And I wanted to say, he just lost his daughter. But what I realized is, for those that don't have the hope we have and realize and believe what it is that we deserve and know where this has come from, the agony is just something you try to avoid, something you try to brush to the side, something you try not to confront. But when you're at a grave site of your daughter, you just can't do it. So on that note, guess what topic I was given this week? Entitlement. Yeah. Entitlement. But you know what? I'm excited about it. And in fact, I'm the one who came up with it, so I gave it to myself. I'm entitled to that. And here's why. This family of faith right here, those of you that are here 8 weeks in, you guys are committed to the vision and mission of this congregation and to the Lord's work at St. John's. And you know, because you've been around here, that entitlement is alive and well everywhere, but especially in the church. It's just the way it is. I see it on display all the time. I live it out personally myself. We get frustrated. In the story this week, you have Moses, and you'll hear about this if you're going to church at 11. Moses is complaining about who? The people. Because they're whining and saying they want meat. He can't stand them anymore. Imagine this, a leader who's frustrated with the people he's leading. But he's entitled to so much more. God, why did you do this to me? Is his question. And the Israelites are like, why do we have to eat bread all the time? I'm entitled to meat. So it's alive and well. Last night, did anyone go into church today? Yep. Walk into church? I was in there, and I was by the elevator. I was going upstairs to get my worship thing, and I walked in, and there was a group of people coming through. And did anyone see the furnishings? Oh man, those are beautiful, aren't they? Next time you see Jeff Hesse and his crew, make sure you thank them. They went through a lot of work, making those happen, and almost all of it's there now. We kind of see this taking shape. And someone comes up to me, and they're like, "Where are the coat racks?" And I said, "The coat racks are over in the corner there. There's 2 coat racks there, and that's where you can hang up your coat." And they're like, "We spent all this money, and we can't have any decent coat racks?" Now here's what I said. This is not Pastoral 101 if you think about being pastoral. I looked at him and said, "You have got to be kidding me." Really? And they went. And I just shook my head and went up the elevator. I don't think we should celebrate. That's not Pastoral 101. Pastor Jeff Hesse handled it much better. He said, "We're evaluating our needs with the coat racks. We're supposed to have patience and trust. Make your needs known." It's just this face that goes along with it. We spent all this money. You gotta be kidding me. This is alive and well. It's all throughout. It goes into baptisms. It goes into confirmations. I've had people look at me and say, "It's your job to teach my kids." And I say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Grab the Bible." Because I can't. Pastor 101. Grab a Bible, let's read this. Parents, impress this upon your children. Let's go to the first page of the Catechism. As the head of their household shall teach their... That's right. Well, this should happen. I pay for tuition. This should happen. Our kids should be able to get confirmed because they went to our school. These are the conversations we're in the middle of right now. Entitlement is at the heart of it. Let me ask you this. Is it okay to want? Yes. And do you have needs? Yes. And does the Lord provide for them? Yes. You know where we get in trouble? Is when you start the sentence with, "I deserve." And I know this gets complicated. I'm not an idealist. We're sitting in a school. Do people pay tuition? Yes. Do people from not our church pay tuition? Yes. But we are still a church. What do I want? What do I need? And what do I deserve? These are fine lines to walk. These are difficult lines to walk, but we got to have these conversations. We got to talk. We have to talk through this. And so I want you in your small groups. Well, first of all, let's make fun of ourselves a little bit. Chris, you can't laugh at yourselves. You just start crying, right? And we'll all have to have like a reconciliation in my basement. Let's those of you that were there for that know what I'm talking about. That was awful. Can you play the video right now?
Yep, hang on.
Ready, go. All right.
Imagine a church where every member is passionately, wholeheartedly, and recklessly calling the shots.
I have a busy work week. By the time Sunday rolls around, I'm tired. So how about a church service that starts when I get there?
Can do. When you arrive, we begin.
This guy, he plays by his own rules. We want to find a church where if he starts screaming, we're not the bad guys. Right?
Say no more. If you're really screaming, you stay seated. The others around you and leave.
Financially, Sherry and I don't give a lot to the church, but we sure like to know who does.
All right, if you join now, you'll know what every person gives in detail.
When I'm in the church service, can my car get about in a while?
Just that, oil change and a tune-up.
How about tickets to the Super Bowl?
That's asking too much.
I'm serious. If I'm gonna join, I want tickets to the big game.
All right, you join now, and we'll get you there.
I like a pony.
Look in your backyard. New church, where it's all about you.
Oh, that. Roy Peterson showed that at a devotion for a voters meeting. And it's when we were presenting what we're going to do, our plans for the buildings way back in January. And as soon as it was over, we went into business. He prayed, we went into business. And he said, is there any questions? And someone raised their hand and said, where's the mother's room going? Where am I going to take my baby? And I couldn't help but laugh. Because it's just like on display. I mean, is this anyone ever had this? Now, I want us to be self-reflective, not bashing of others. It's easy to laugh and go, the co-wraps. But for those who wear coats and have always had co-wrap, they like co-wraps. What are your entitlement things? What are the things you look at church and approach and then you just think you're entitled to? You found yourself complaining about or saying, My favorite part of this one is we don't give a lot to the church, but we sure like to know who does. That was hilarious. All right, this is our awards. Let's get them out here. You're going to talk within your groups. I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, I hate to do this, but the kids are going to be coming down. I just want to wrap up for just a second. As I walked around, I heard some really good conversations. I just have this question. Who here is innocent of never having entitlement? Anyone? Does anyone never have entitlement here in this place within the church? It is what it is for us. And the reason why we need to broach this subject is you read this week in the story in chapter 6, you will see entitlement all over the place. Every aspect of it. It's nothing new in the life of God's people at all. And for us, we kind of got to broach this subject because later in this year, into January and February, we're going to start to broach some subjects to put a face to our congregation's entitlement. I want you to hear this first from me. Traditions are very, very good, as long as they're not harmful to the Word of God. For us as a congregation, we're going to have to look at the culture around us. We're going to have to look how we do things. We're going to have to be able to call entitlement what it is. Now, we've been having these conversations in smaller groups, in leadership groups, and face-to-face with people ever since I've gotten here. But this is our chance as a congregation in this year of life together to reflect on it together as a group. As the year goes on, we're going to make decisions. We're going to present ideas. And we're going to try to commit to this together as a congregation, whatever it may be. How are we going to do this? The good news is we're not alone. We kind of felt like we were alone, but I just talked to Don. There's a professor at Ann Arbor, Concordia Ann Arbor, who's got a lot of this stuff he's been working on for a long time as materials and resources. All that stuff will be brought part of the conversation. If you have children under the age of 18, raise your hand. You need to keep coming. Everyone needs to keep coming, seriously, but for sure you need to keep coming, and you need to do something else for them. You need to be telling the other people your age that have kids that they need to be coming too, because they need to have a voice in this. And raise your hand if you've raised your kids and they're gone. We need you to keep coming. You know why we need you to keep coming? I haven't done this before. This is my first time through. We need your wisdom and experience. And that's what this year of Life Together is going to mean. And we will confront entitlement where it exists and struggle through it and have our frustrations and get it all out. Because at the end of the day, for the sake of our children and for those who don't know Jesus, we have to be able to get rid of these hindrances that we may proclaim His gospel. Amen? That was a sermon. It felt like a sermon. I just had to count on something. All right, hey, this is the first time this happens. Quiet. The kids aren't here yet. Let's do that song again. Actually, on your thing, you'll have a survey I handed out. We as a congregation want to know what we want in our church. This is our first step towards that. What do you want and what do you need? You already know what you deserve. So what do you want? What do you need? take those, fill those out before you leave. If you can hand them to Alan, could you be the receptacle? Yeah, take your time, fill those out. When the kids come back in, we're going to have a prayer time. If you, one per person. Yeah. What do I want? What do I need? Fill those out. Yeah, Alan will collect them. And then when the kids come back in, we'll have a prayer, sing the doxology, and we'll be off to the next thing of the day. As the kids come back in, you can just wave at them. If you would take the time before you leave to fill those out, that'll be really helpful to us. What do you want in your church? What do you need in your church? All right, kids, come back in, find your parents. All right. Welcome back, kids. We're so glad you're here. Everyone put your hands up in the air like this. You can fill the surveys out after if you would. We're just going to take some time to let you stand. Actually, stay seated. Stay seated. The kids are short, so. Go like this. Everyone like this. You can do it. Now put your hands together. Down like this. And we're going to pray together. The prayer he taught us, our family prayer, okay? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Now I want you to stand up. We're going to sing something I've always been thought was very powerful. Kids, if you come on in, come on you. Come on out, you. Ever since I was little and I saw the church doing this, I just thought it was powerful. So kids, I'm going to teach you another song. If you don't know it, it still has no actions, but it is pretty cool. All right? And adults, you'll have to lead the way on this. We'll sing together the common doxology. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. You have a blessed week in the Lord. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you next week.